The trailer was playing and we were all just like...
Makeup, ye, baal, this.
I cannot explain to you what that feeling was. It was so overwhelming, and I'm so grateful.
Weird to say this, but like I've been acting for the last like 12 years.
Yeah. This is Nawaz Kochra joining you on Indian Express, and I am in conversation with the very cool gang of Ishq Vishk Rebound. We have with us today Rohit Saraf, Pashmina and Jibraan Khan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nawaz.
Hello guys.
Thank you. Hi,
Thank
buddy.
you.
I want to begin asking you all that how is it being a celebrity in 2024?
I would say it again, he's the celebrity.
We
Yeah.
are all artists.
Come on,
We're
you
all
all
artists.
now you all have
I
fallen into the
think-
industry,
No,
that
no.
attention that is coming in,
Yeah.
you all are
Well,
also
wouldn't
equally
I-
celebrating.
Kind of you, but we're
Yeah,
still making
we're
our
still
mark, yeah.
like new.
Right.
But to be an artist is the best feeling ever. I would say, even because I come from a family of artists. Even my mum, she's very creatively
Incredible,
inclined. She can do like everything. She can paint. She can do floral arrangements. She can design clothes. So she always, her and my father, always pushed me towards the arts. Be it dance or music or acting, they always gave it equal importance to, say for instance in school, equal importance to maths or something else. So for me
Which is
it's like
great.
a way of
Which is
life,
great,
yeah.
What about you? What do you think?
I don't know about a celebrity, but being an artist, yes, of course, it's one of the most fulfilling feelings to just be on a set. I had the privilege to be an assistant director a few years ago on a film called Brahmastra, and the amount of satisfaction that gave me, and now doing my own film as a character like Sahir, on a film like Ishq Vishk, and collaborating with such beautiful producers, directors, music artists, and everyone, like choreographers, even all the technicians. It's one of the best feelings, you know, because this is what I think we have craved all our lives. This is what we've dreamt to do. And finally being able to execute that, you know, getting into the skin of a character, coming every day and performing a scene and, you know, like building a rapport even with them. It is by far such a surreal thing to happen in your life. So I feel the creative satisfaction is amazing as an artist. The celebrity tag, it needs a lot more work and it needs a lot more time to be where we want to be.
I was just sometime back, you know, I was talking to Tanvi Azmi ji and she told me something that unke zamane mein kya hota tha, an actor used to go to set, do their work and come back. The attention, the, you know, the periphery, having fan bases, maintaining this hype on social media and everything is something that a celebrity has to do today a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, on basis of that, I want to know that, you know, what is it like being a famous figure or a personality today?
So firstly, I think being an artist, I've always, like Pashmina said, you know, I've always kind of inclined towards art growing up. I've always loved dancing. I've always been a dancer. I used to, in fact, sketch a lot growing up. So I think art is something that I truly believe that I've created since I was a child, and I in fact don't know any better. So I think that in today's in 2024, I think, like he said, we've been very, very fortunate to have producers and our director who've been so collaborative, especially on this film. And in most of my projects, actually, it's really nice that the directors, while they have a vision of their own, they also really look forward to what an actor can bring to the table, which really helps you kind of think more. You know, I can't remember where I saw it. It was an actor's interview, and I can't remember who it was, but they said that, you know, you must always be a thinking actor. You know, which means that you have to put in your own, you know, effort into understanding your character better, not just performing it as it's written on the paper. So I think I've been incredibly lucky to have directors and co-actors like that. Talking about being a celebrity or / a public figure, I think it's tough and it has its pros and cons, much like everything else. I think while it's an incredible privilege to be a celebrity and has a lot of perks of, you know, just materialistic things, but also something as intangible as love, which we get so much of. I think it's incredible, but at the same time, it's also difficult because you're constantly under public scrutiny.
Right.
And you know, you're
There is a sense of responsibility.
it's a lot of responsibility. You know, it's not it's actually a lot of responsibility. Even when we're coming out to promote our film, I think we're responsible for presenting the film in the right manner, in representing our film in the right manner. Or actually, you know, it's not just about the film, but even you as you're essentially a brand, right? When you're in the public eye as much as we are. And I think it's very, very important that because there are so many people who are looking up to, you know, celebrities, actors / directors, everyone. When you're in the public figure, you suddenly wake up one day and, you know, a fan comes up to you and says, "You're my role model," and you're suddenly like, "Wait 1 second, I did not realize, I did not set out to be this person who's going to be a role model for somebody, but well, now I am." So, you know, there's a lot more to my job than there was before. So I think it's difficult, but also at the same time, it's immensely satisfying.
Right.
Because when you receive messages like, "Hey, it's because of you I didn't give up on my dream, and you know what, I landed my first job," I also think that is an incredible satisfaction that you may not get just out of anywhere. So I think it has its pros and cons, but I choose to focus on the pros more than the cons.
But you know, Rohit, just in continuation to what you're saying, receiving the tag of national crush, was that even, did you slightly also feel the pressure of, oh my God, you know, people are looking up to me in a certain light now?
Not really, because, you know, this started off with like my fan base on social media, and I've said this before, but that's actually up until very recently, it was all on your screen. You know what I mean? Like you feel you hear all the
Digital love.
noise.
Yeah.
It's all digital. You don't actually interact with people where you go up to people and you know, it's not like that. It was all digital. So for the longest time, and this started over the lockdown, just
Right.
first after lockdown, because Mismatch had released then, and that's when, you know, people started calling me that. So at that time, for the longest time, I used to just like, you know, see whatever on social media made me very happy. And the moment I put my phone down, everything is back to normal. You're on your own and you're the same person, etc., etc. But I think it's only now when I meet people also, and you know, for example, like if I'm doing an interview and a journalist like yourself would ask me, how do you feel to be the national crush? I feel like it's not something that I've tried to be, and so I don't feel the pressure of it. Like I've just absolutely loved my time on set of Mismatch as much as I liked my time over here, and I just really had fun with it. So if people accept me and continue to call me the national crush, I'm happy. Even if they don't, I don't, you know, it's not so much about the tag. I just want them to watch our film. That's about it.
Wow.
So it's really just that. But yes, the kind of love we've all received for this has been really incredible.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the fan frenzy that we witnessed at the trailer launch was something else. Like, you know, I have never seen a crowd cheer so loudly for celebrities, you know, who are right standing there. But I want to know from the two of you all that now that you all are stepping into the industry, so much attention, I am sure you must have learned how to tackle with it. But how careful also do you have to be at times?
So, of course.
Careful of?
You know, like not saying something wrong, or you know, probably, you know, standing in a certain manner because आपका वो फिर गलत pose वाला photo खींच कर viral हो जाएगा.
Honestly, yeah, because we're in the thick of promotions, we're getting to learn a lot about how to present yourself in a public space. Every interview, I would say every second of it is a learning experience. And yes, at least for women, it is how to sit, how to stand, because also sometimes our outfits are little short or whatever. So it's all like, and also what to say, like he said, we're representing the film, we're representing, in a certain way we are representing Tips also. We're representing Nipun sir because we're his actors.
Yeah.
So we have that sort of responsibility, and it's not to be taken lightly at all. So we're very mindful of what we say. If we do give out the wrong communication.
Right.
But it's all fun to be having, like he said, thinking actors. Actors are probably thinking outside the set as well.
True. How are you dealing with the attention?
So the attention has been there while growing up. It's had its bursts. I'll be honest about it. But yes, of course, witnessing what we witnessed yesterday, a couple of days ago in another city, and whatever's been happening, it's very beautiful. Like, you know, Rohit said, like sometimes it's all digital, but until you don't face it physically, you don't know
Really?
what
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
Honestly, the kind of love that we got yesterday at the trailer launch, I have never
Yeah.
ever
I think it was a
witnessed
really big
anything
first
like
for
that.
Pashmina yesterday.
It was just.
Yeah.
It
She's
was
asking me, how do I click this picture?
It is
so sweet.
I was unable to comprehend what that was. There was, you know, when you can feel the love, I felt the love that people were giving us, and I just wanted to go and hug them all.
There were moments I saw the two of y'all, you know, wo
Yeah.
dil bhar aaya
Yeah,
type.
yeah, of course.
I
we
was
cried.
crying, I
We were.
cried
we,
so
all of us
much.
cried
I was
yesterday.
so
we had
We
a
were all
moment.
sobbing at one
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
The
it
trailer was playing and we were all just like,
Makeup, yeah, bal, this, that. Yeah.
I mean, so it was, for me, we were sitting in the first row, they played the trailer once. I was fine, okay? Rohit came and he held my hand, I remember, and that was giving me a lot of reassurance. But when I turned around, my team was sitting there, and my mum was sitting there, and I could see that all their eyes had welled up a little. And they were like, they had the biggest beams on their faces, beaming smiles, and their eyes, my eyes are welling up now, thinking about it. And then I turned around and I watched the trailer for the second time. It was, I cannot explain to you what that feeling was. It was so overwhelming, and I'm so grateful.
it's so
I
weird
can't-
to put all just.
You need water.
Issue.
No, I'm really, really grateful and thankful.
And you kicked.
Yeah, and then when we watched it for the second time, none of us could stop crying.
Absolutely. I can imagine that dream coming true
Yeah, yeah,
actually in front of your eyes.
definitely.
How it
Yeah,
feels.
really, like a dream come true. I don't think I've ever felt that sentence in essence ever like I did yesterday.
Also, you know, interestingly, all the characters, you know, whether it is Sania, Raghav or Sahir, it's very interesting. But I want to understand from y'all that, you know, while y'all were filming, you know, for this film, it's a romantic film, you know, there are a lot of emotions also involved in the story, I'm sure. As youngsters, you know, kya hota hai, usually, you know, probably as somebody who is in their early 20s, late 20s, you know, we at times do not know or have that grasp of mastering the art of controlling our emotions. So was there ever a time during the filming process where, you know, you probably got carried away, or, you know, that switch on, switch off as new actors is something not very easy to come in?
Yeah.
So was there ever a moment like this where, you know, probably as Sahid, you know, you are going through a betrayal from a best friend probably, or, you know, you have that heartbreak to deal with, or you have that guilt of, you know, probably, you know, stealing your best friend's girlfriend for that matter. So कहीं ना कहीं वो एक emotional से did you all get carried away at any point in the filming process?
So there is a scene. There's a time when I watched Rohit perform a scene. I wasn't in the scene, but I saw his close up of that scene, and it really made me feel like it hurt me, and I was crying because he was hurting in that scene, and I really felt so like. I felt so emotional in that moment, so I think I got carried away there. I forgot that he's not that character, and this is not Rohit, and this is not actually happening to him. Like, it was a little heartbreaking to watch him like that, so I cried that time.
Yeah, getting carried away, maybe not. I don't know. Y'all can tell me. Did I ever?
Not really.
No, not
really.
at all.
But yeah, saying that as an actor, of course, there are days where you just don't get into the skin, but then you have to perform. You have to perform. You have been hired to do a job. It's your profession, and you love this job. Like, nobody's forcing you to do it. So you have to kind of learn and find your way to get it. You know, I've had my days where I've just fumbled lines because I was just not getting it. I evidently, you know, I remember one particular day, and that day I realized that I was like, oh my God, like, I just don't want to do this. But I went back, I took a walk, and I came back, and I was like, no, you have to do it. So it is tough. It is not easy, but you know, if you love your job, you do find your ways. You do find your ways. Yeah.
Okay, Rohit, how does switching on, switching off work for you with a character?
I think it's also I feel, I don't know, I don't, it's weird to say this, but like I've been acting for the last like 12 years.
Yeah.
So I think it's not an effort now that goes into it. I think it's pretty like natural, almost.
Yeah.
It's like almost a,
Can I answer this for him? I think he knows his job. Like, in the most humble way, I would say this.
Yeah.
Because we both acted with him, and don't get proud. But I'm just saying, saying that he knows his job. Like, if any of us have to get fired on set, it'll start with me, then maybe a Pashmina, then maybe Naila. Rohit is never on that list. So he knows his job, he knows his marks, he knows his lines, he's prepared. So like he said, he's been working for long, the experience also matters here.
yeah, I just feel like I think like he said, like there are days when you're not like in it at all. For example, like in Ishq Vishk Rebound, I think we were in Dehradun for about 29-30 days, and I was shooting for 29 days.
Yeah.
It's also because like we had to, because we had no other option, because we were basically trying to avoid the rain, because we were like right
Peak
at the
summer,
onset
yeah.
of monsoon, and we just really had to get it done with, because all our stuff was outdoor and it was on location. So I remember I was shooting for 29 days out of those 30 days, and those 29 days were not easy days. Like some of these would like come at 11 o'clock in the morning and like pack up by 4 o'clock, and I would be,
You would have to continue.
yeah, like I'd had the longest hours. So I think there were days just out of sheer exhaustion. I didn't want to do it, but I think the moment you're on set, you're on set. Like whatever it is that you're feeling, you've got to deliver, because there's just too much riding on you. So I feel like it's also, I think that's what helps you switch on and off. You just know that you're responsible for a lot. So I think it just makes you do it, and it's not much of an effort then beyond a point.
Because on set there is just like so much that goes on, and there's so many people putting in like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of
You're
physical
just a part
effort.
of it, yeah.
There's the light team, the even the sound
Yeah.
department, the art
All the
department.
technicians on set, our
Everyone
teams
has
also,
worked
yeah, like-
so hard to set up that frame before you can come. So you have to go there. And
Yeah.
you are responsible in that
deliver,
moment to
to
just
deliver.
deliver.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people's
But
hard
please
work
tell
gone
me you
there.
also got to explore Dehradun a little.
Yeah,
Whenever
of course
we could.
we
Yeah,
did.
Amma Cafe,
we
we
would
were
go
promoting
like
a
this.
lot. There were a
we
lot
We
of
were pretty
places.
like ridiculous like that. Like we would shoot
Yeah, we
really
would.
long hours, but
And then we'd go
also
out
at the
also.
same time we would not want to compromise on like not
Eating or like
getting
something,
the kind
yeah.
of food we'd want to eat. So what, like most days, if we couldn't go out, we would just like do a delivery or whatever. But so we ensured that we.
all of our off days we went out.
Yeah, we did
You all
plan
did,
something.
yes.
Yeah, we did plan
Amma
something.
Cafe we would go
That was
often.
not off days, buddy. That was basically our turnaround days. When we would
yeah.
Those
on
were not
turnaround
off days. We were turnaround.
Yeah,
Basically, if we had like a
I
6
considered
p.m.
them
call
off
time,
days.
6 p.m. call time, we would sleep through the day and then go in the evening just before we had to go on set. We'd just drop by at Amma and like get some stuff to eat then, and then pack some stuff to eat in the on
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've explored.
But saying
quite a
that, yeah,
bit.
we are foodies also.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh
Amazing.
God. Yeah.